Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniXTCG, and we're back at you with another Gundam card game video. Now this one's going to be gameplay again, and I hope you guys enjoy it. There's not really too much to say about that past that. It is actually going to be red, blue, ping versus purple, blue, aggro, the TekkFed aggro deck. So yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you liked the video. Hit that subscribe button if you want to join the UniX fam today and never miss a beat on the Gundam content that I create. And then if you want to join the membership, it's only 99 cents for you, but it adds up a lot for me as more and more people join. Helps me really float the brand and do more and more things. We are indeed holding a current giveaway for one of 3 ST06 starter decks, Clan Unity, and we'll be announcing the winners to that at the end of November. Also, with the recent announcement of the reprints, if I can get my hands on starter deck 5, I will be doing another giveaway for that too, because I know a lot of people don't have it. So past that, you do have just gameplay that's not as edited as this, but has commentary. My other parts of the locals run that I don't put up here, not the feature matches, so to speak, and then more content coming soon, coming to that members only section. So thank you guys for being here, and yeah, let's get into that gameplay. All right, so starting off in this locals match, it is actually going to be, as you guys have already seen from the title, my blue purple aggro versus blue red ping. And so this is going to be a pretty fun matchup, mainly because it's like the bane of my existence. If they get their ping effects rolling, there's not a lot that I can do to keep my units alive, at least my purple units. My blue units have a little bit more sponginess due to them having repair, but there's not a lot that my purple units do. Now, I was debating keeping this hand. I have a turn 2 in gun cannon, I have a turn 3 in Corsica, and I have Amuro, and then I have 2 with Iron and Bloods. So we're just going to keep that, and we're going to actually just go up on life or shields from here. This is really just kind of, it's interesting. I thought that hand with the Amuro and the gun cannon, I can at least take on some aggro. Now he mulligan, and I see Kshatriya, I see Marita, I see Psycho Gundam. So this is actually the Cyber-Newtype version of our red blue ping, the true Cyber-Newtype, where they added in more. And I have my thoughts on that later. But we have Shuji, 2 Shuji's hideouts. This hand doesn't have a lot of motion post mull. I see 2 bases, a level 4, a level 4 pilot. This might be a little hard for him. And I've won the die roll and elected to go second. So we're gonna look at this, and he's gonna pass after getting his resource. I'm gonna get my resource, and I'm also gonna pass. Going back to him, he's getting the second resource, passing back again. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those games. And but I get my second resource, and we're gonna put ourselves on the board, getting out gun cannon. Right here, he's actually just going to end up passing again, which is, this is where the craziness comes in, right? So I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna see what we're doing here. Looking at my options, sorting out my hand, we do need to get some motion, and I want to put out his base so I can start pecking away with it, pecking away at damage. So seeing what we're gonna do here, taking a little bit, and I can see his hand. Yeah, he's got 2 bases. He's got a lot stuck in there. So what I'm gonna do is think about what I'm doing. I'm gonna swing into this base. He's gonna put 2 damage on it, and I'm gonna say, yeah, we're gonna hit with Iron and Blood, and we're gonna ping myself for 1, going up to 5 AP, and that's going to bust the EX base. Then I'll tap 3 to actually play Corsica base, getting rid of my EX resource pretty early in the game, but also trying to get some momentum out here, because we are a little body light. But we're gonna play out that Tall Geese token and pass it over to my opponent. He's going to get 4 resources now, and now we can actually start cooking. Separating them into 1 and 3 kind of starts showing the depth of the play he's about to go into, but it is what it is. He's got to play, he's got to put something on board, so we got to just see what it is. Looking like he's eyeing Kshatriya and Marita. He's also got a show of resolve in here. Hand's a little late game clunky. But first he's going to play Shuji's hideout. Nice 5-cost base is going to ping something for 1 when it goes. And then he's actually going to play out Kshatriya and link it actually with Marita Cruz, being able to swing the first turn it comes out while being able to ping something. Now, if this was normal Kshatriya, this would have been amazing because it could have gotten rid of Tall Geese token without even touching it. But here we're just going to get rid of the Corsica base before actually hitting Tall Geese with the ping. So Tall Geese is very, very close to dying. And if Kshatriya stands up for another turn, we will lose Tall Geese. So we got to see how this is going to go. We're going to draw for turn. I know we have the Amuro on hand, so there's a lot of cool things that we can get right here. Tapping 3 shows that we probably did top deck that Gundam right there, and that's what was up. Then we're gonna play the Amuro. I got a little excited. I'm sorry. I love Grandpa Gundam. With the actual increase in an AP, we're gonna be able to crash into the Kshatriya with the Marita Link. Then we're gonna swing again with Shuji's into Shuji's hideout. And he's thinking about which thing to ping right now, but both of them have repair 2 and repair 1, so it doesn't matter who he pings. It's gonna repair. Then we're gonna swing into his life, and we're gonna take a show of resolve from him before passing, and repair is gonna take that damage off of my gun cannon. So now we're gonna have a turn where he actually ends up getting his cards. I'm gonna see what he plays this turn. Hand is still very, very awkward, and that is a problem. We can see the unicorn, the Banshee Gundam unicorn mode in his hand as well. But without a Marita, it's kind of stunted. And then you have the Psycho Gundam MMA forms with no 4. Very unfortunate pilot light hand. But this deck being a little bit of a control deck, he's probably gonna have a little wiggle room later on. So now we're gonna play out Zaku Mariner. Looks like he's got 2 of those in hand. Zaku Mariner, the Gelgoog, and the Gundam himself in pass. So he's opted for body tempo, knowing that he's probably gonna take a lot of damage this turn. Which is fine, But unfortunately, I do have the momentum in terms of my draws. And we're gonna actually play 3 for a show of resolve, drawing 2. And then we are going to tap 1. Sorry, rest 1. Actually, it looks like we're thinking about it a little bit. Thinking about this a little bit, we got to see how we're going to take over the board and how we want to go about it. But we've decided in our play, because we do have to neutralize this, and this is where the Amuro comes down. This is what was taking so long to deliberate on. Hitting the Amuro on the link with Gun Cannon, we're going to be able to activate Gun Cannon and Amuro's win paired abilities. So we're going to rest something with 5 or less HP and rest something with 2 or less HP. So thinking about what's going on, we're going to rest Gundam because we can run over the Gundam with our Gundam and heal back almost all that damage. And then on top of that, we are going to get over the Zaku because I feel like there's more synergy with the Xeon keyword, if any, than something else. So we're going to go into this and clear out those bodies, be able to repair all but 1 damage on each of my units. Needs to happen. And then we're going to play out a Tragos because it is a 1-cost blocker. It'll protect something from being attacked. And on top of that, if they have ping and they want to get rid of the blocker, that's 1 less ping that they're going to be able to put on the units I do care about. So either way, Tragos is going to block. So he's thinking about this. He's actually got 6 resources. That's a lot to spend. That's a lot to be able to go off of. But he's still conflicted because I have complete body tempo right here. So now we're getting the Shuji's hideout coming down again to try to dig into his shields and protect himself. This is rough though. This is extremely rough. So now we're actually getting gun tank to ping gun cannon for 1 damage, giving him back 2 damage. And now this will allow him to be chumped with the Gelgoog GQ. But what I'm going to do instead is actually just put the Tragos in front of it. That actually sets him up because now he can be destroyed by a ping. And there are a few ping effects in this deck. But he's also going to be able to, you know, save the gun cannon for another day. And that's literally why I put the Tragos there in the first place. He's just supposed to soak up damage and possibly change the way my opponent gets their plays in. So getting my next resource. It is time to make some plays. He left 4 resources open, so I'm already unfortunately expecting to take some either close combat or battle of aces. It's just the way the resources line up. So I don't want to be 2 for 1. So I am going to end up swinging first with the gun cannon, if I am not mistaken, in order to make sure that I can see what he has in his hand before I make my next move. So we're going to swing the gun cannon over at Shuji's base. This does have just flat out 2 right there. So yeah, he's going to end up using close combat. That does suck. I do believe I was trying to with Iron and Blood on that one. But it is what it is. Now we're going to swing with Gundam to take Shuji's base. And then Shuji's hideout. And Shuji's hideout's going to ping me. So we're now at 2 damage on this one. So now I'm trying to think about what I could do here. We have a lot of plays. Like I've said in previous videos, the repair makes certain things spongy, but we are going to play Gundam Barbados 4th form and have no choice but to ping Gundam. Now, I saw that there was the combat. I smelled out the first close combat. I did not think that there was a possibility of there being a second. The game just isn't consistent like that. So we're going to get rid of the Gelgoog with the Mikazuki ping, and we're going to swing in for some suppression damage. Opting to take this opportunity in the action step to clear out my Gundam. We are resetting the stage, and it's rough. It's rough. I just lost a lot, and it does not feel great. But we are going in suppression, and no burst cards were found in there, so that's a good feeling for me. I still have 5 whole shields up to his 1, and so we've got a little bit to survive, so we have to see if we can get there. So hitting a show of resolve, we're gonna draw 2. And I see at least 1 Marita in his hand, so that's pretty good. But we only have 4 resources up, so we can't Banshee and Marita this turn, which is good for me. Looks like he's reading a quick 1-over of Gundam Banshee Unicorn mode just to make sure that it's not going to bust this game wide open. Also contemplating whether or not he wants to use his Marita here. I think he only has 1. I could be wrong. It's kind of hard to see his hand, but we definitely do see the Psycho Gundam chilling. Yeah, so it is definitely a lot of thinking involved. So we're going to swing into the shields. Gun cannon is going to take out, looks like a Gundam right there. I think so. And then he's going to play out Psycho Gundam Mobile Armor mode. Thinking a little bit more before passing turn. So back to my turn again. Gundam Barbados has survived. But it's not like he's starting to build up a board, and we still have to attack twice. I don't want to swing my body in and then just lose it and then potentially have him set up a base. So I am just going to wait. If he sets up a base, we hopefully will be able to clap it with 1 attack and then swing in. Sorry for whatever knocked that table. That was crazy. So now we're gonna play Barbados first form in hopes of not only keeping him on the board, but being able to get a draw out of it later. Tapping another 4. And we're gonna play Gushon. Now, we can't really account for the ping. Like, we know the ping's either gonna come or he's gonna be still a little stumbly on his hand. So I will ping out the Barbados just to see if I can get a draw next turn. I don't want to ping the Barbados fourth form because he's getting kind of close to being able to combo play on that one. So if I had to ping anything, I just want to get rid of the Lobie that doesn't hold as much weight. A little more thinking about how I'm supposed to go about this. I end up giving him the turn, though. Now, of course, once again, he's at a lot of resource. This game is a little awkward to kind of commentate on and give commentary for because there's a lot of thinking and there's not a lot of knowledge in his hand. It's weird because his hand is very reactionary. Like, yes, he didn't get a lot of his offensive pieces, but as you can see, he's at least done a good job at ruining some of my board, and we really have to see what's going on here. You can see that he has Gundam Banshee and a Merida in hand, so he's gonna be able to get that attack off, but I have 4 life right now, 4 shields, so it's gonna be really hard for him to get at that that life total. He needs to, well, I keep saying life, I'm so sorry guys, it's gonna be very hard for him to get at that shield total. He's got to get through 5 different shields and hope I don't have anything. He's got 1 Merida and 3 separate links that link with Merida. Obviously, it looks like Banshee is the best one by far, so you just got to play out that one. Also looks like he actually has a copy of all attack in his hand, which is great because we don't see that being played out as much as we like. So he looks like he's mapping out these attacks just to make sure that he does everything well enough. But it does kind of feel weird knowing that I only have to attack twice, and especially if he doesn't have a shield in base, it could be very, very rough for me to even try to mount some sort of offense. So he's going to play all range attack to deal a damage to every non-linked unit, and that's going to kill out my Barbados, but it's also going to damage my Gushon. And there we go. Barbados not lasting a single turn against a ping deck. Now, I did ping it once myself. Let's not lie about that. But with the Banshee and Merida in my hand, you can see that he was going to kill that anyway. But he's going to link the Merida to Banshee, and he's got the effect online now. He's going to swing in with the gun tank, getting rid of a GM. Swinging again with the Psycho Gundam MA form. I was asking about his resources. I was like, which ones are tapped, sir? And he quickly corrected it. So I'm going to check my shields again. It is Barbados. He's going to swing again. So yeah, swing with Psycho, Gundam MA form, getting rid of a Barbados fourth form. And then he's going to swing with Banshee and activate its effect, giving it first strike. He's got to assign some damage too. Now we did end up hitting a Corsica base, and that gives us another card to hand. And now it's kind of rough because he can swing and drop me down to 0 shields, but I'm still likely gonna win next turn unless he has a base in life. And even then, a singular link would take it. So we're going to draw for turn, get our resource, and then see what he has to potentially have in life. So I'm gonna play Show of Resolve, starting off to draw 2 cards. And then we're just gonna swing Barbados at the last life. It is a gun cannon, and then we're gonna swing in with Gushon, and that is the game. So he actually was able to do quite a lot, manage the field, and that shows you some of the power that red blue still has, as well as their ability to interact wonderfully with the cards that ping themselves. So we're just going over our hand and whatnot, talking about what was in there, and that's pretty much the game, y'all. And there you have it. That indeed was the match. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. It was very interesting because they definitely bricked at the beginning, but it just showed the power that a more control-y version of blue-red ping can have. Like the ability to just clear boards multiple times, even when you can't stick bodies down. And when it came to it, the destructive comeback ability of Merida and Banshee is like really strong. Like you can see that I did win, but another turn of my opponent being able to actually play, and I would have lost. So it's very crazy to see the deck work the way it does, and you can see how even though there was a horrendous kind of start for blue-red ping, that honestly they almost pulled it through because the matchup diff between that deck that pings and a deck that pings itself. So that's kind of rough. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, like the video if you liked the video. Hit that subscribe button, join the Unix fam today. Give a think about joining the membership and joining in giveaways like this as well as exclusive content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you, and see you later.